How you doing, folks? It's Blake from Kent Building Supplies, and we're here with Erin from DIY Passion. How you doing, Erin?
I'm well, Blake. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So what are we here to talk about today?
All right, today we are going to talk about a really fun DIY. We're going to talk about how simple it is to install a barn board wall.
So, as we talked about earlier, we're here with Erin from DIY Passion to talk about her latest project.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's gorgeous, very impressive, and I know I couldn't take it on, but you're going to tell me how to.
No, you absolutely could take it on.
Okay, good to know, good to know. So, Erin, when I'm going about a project like this, what do I have to think about before I do it?
So the first thing you really want to think about is the look you want in your home. So
Okay.
obviously here in our house, we're by the beach. We wanted something rustic,
Beautiful.
something that had a little bit of texture, especially because we're in the dining room. So we wanted something that also felt a little bit luxe,
Yeah,
right?
true, yeah.
And this barn board definitely fit the bill. It's got beautiful colors, lots of shades, lots of texture. So once you've kind of honed in on that, then you want to think about just the size of your space.
So, as well, what do I need to prep for a job like this? Like, how do I get started?
So people look at walls like this and they think just like what you said.
Right.
Oh my goodness, I could never do that, right? Okay, I'm here to tell you if I can do it, you can do it.
That's good.
Anyone can do it, and it's actually planking a wall is one of the simplest DIYs you can do.
Really?
And I actually recommend it for a starter. If you're feeling scared but courageous, try a wall plank because you'll surprise yourself. So the first things that you want to do is essentially just measure the space. You want to get the full area of the space so that you know how much product to buy.
Of course.
And with something like this, you want to account for about 15 to 20% overage or waste.
Right.
Because you're going to be making cuts, you're going to have a little bit left over. So you just
sure.
want to make sure you don't run out.
Yeah.
So account for that, add that amount to your space.
Okay.
Then when you're planking, all you really need to know are where the studs are.
Good point. So when I'm measuring out my studs, what does that look like? So for a new DIY or someone that's done any projects like that, or doesn't know much about studs, okay, how do you find them?
You buy a stud finder. I have like 6 or 7 of them in every one of my toolboxes. It's a tiny device. You run it along the wall, and when it hits a wall stud, it beeps. It is your best friend for DIYs. Planking, hanging wall shelves, anything like that. It's really easy to use. You know, not every board is going to have a nail in every stud. You want to make sure that you're hitting at least 1 stud per board.
Yep, for sure. So that leads us into another great question. So before I start anything like this, what are the tools that I need to get the job done?
Not very many.
Okay, that's
Besides your
good.
product,
That's good.
besides your stud finder,
Yeah.
a pencil, a measuring tape, you know, kind of those simple tools.
I got some of those, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of power tools, you'll need a chop saw because it'll make nice, precise cuts. I will say you can do it with a circular saw. I don't recommend it. In a pinch, you could,
Okay.
but I wouldn't.
Okay,
I'd use
okay.
a chop saw. And then a nail gun. Dun dun dun. It's like one of those things.
Yeah.
People are like, nail guns, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so safety first.
Yes.
Make sure you're wearing safety goggles. For a project like this where the boards are a bit rough, you can wear gloves.
Yeah.
You can get those at Kent as well. Really important safety first. And with the nail gun, just take your time.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Make sure you ask someone before you buy one, you know, is this the right kind of nail gun for me? Because you can get really heavy duty ones.
Yeah.
You don't need that for this.
No.
You just need a nice, lightweight, simple nail gun.
Yeah.
In fact, the one I use is cordless.
Okay.
So yeah, you can get right up there in the corners. Actually, and to that end, you'll need a step stool.
Okay.
Right? Like, nobody's
sure.
that
Me-
tall. You'll need
me
a step
too.
stool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it in terms of the tools that you need to achieve this look.
Okay, Erin, so now we're into how. How do we do this? What do we have to do to get this beautiful wall to look the way it does?
Okay, I've been telling you it's really simple.
You have been.
It's like super simple.
Okay, good.
Step 1, start at the ceiling.
Okay.
And just a word of warning, no ceiling is perfectly straight.
Right.
So you're gonna have little tiny gaps, but that's okay because it's up at the ceiling. That's the best place to disguise the gaps.
Okay, I was worried about that.
No, don't lose sleep over that.
Okay,
Please
good.
don't.
Good.
Then what you're just gonna wanna do is, once you have the length of your wall, it's really important that you minimize the amount of work you're gonna do.
Okay.
So figure out a little bit of math. A little bit of math. Sorry
Okay.
guys, a little bit.
You take a little bit.
You want to break down your wall measurement into easy multiples. In
Okay.
our case, our wall was easily divided by 9.
Oh,
Not
okay.
every wall is going to be the same,
No.
which is why I say you're going to have to do a little bit of math.
Right.
But once you figure out that multiple, it makes it easy. So
Okay.
we cut our boards. We had some we left full length. Then the rest we cut down to 9, 18, 36.
All right, nice.
And then we established a pattern.
Okay.
It is every 4 boards and then it repeats. So it's super simple.
Very simple.
Once you figure out that math. Now, one thing to note is the look you're going for, and we talked about that already.
Yeah.
With the rustic style planking, you never want a seam to meet a seam.
Right.
So you're gonna stagger your boards. Now, if you want a more modern look,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there are different kinds of barn board. Some can look quite modern.
Right.
Line up your seams, and that will give you a much more modern look.
Oh, interesting. So, and where did you get this lovely barn board?
Well, funny you should ask. No,
Okay.
We picked this up actually at the Kent store over in Russell Lake. We
Okay.
saw it, we loved it, we bought it, we put it all up in one day.
Wow, that's fantastic. All right, folks, well, we want to thank Erin so much for letting us into her lovely home and showing us how you can love your space again.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and make sure that you're following Kent Building Supplies on Facebook and on Instagram, and follow the hashtag LoveYourSpace for more tips and inspiration.
And don't forget to check out Erin's blog at DIYpassion.com. All right, folks, take care.